But let's look at this back and forth between, and now you see Osinbajo, Tinubu, INEC, they replied to Obasanjo's comments concerning what he thinks of the government and what's going on. Let's get your view, starting with that. Do you think that this should be taken seriously, and how so?
I think it's too late in the day for the former president. He can keep writing as many letters as he can. Because you see, I take a look at the antecedent of the former president. I read a book written by the late President Shehu Shagari about him after coming to power in 1979. You see, President Obasanjo, with all due respect, has this godlike posture about himself. The former president always believed that everything good that has happened to Nigeria starts with him and must end with him. Unfortunately, the country has moved from that position. So for me, it's a political statement. And like I told some people yesterday in my office, we should expect more letters. Because the person of the former president. Now let me take the issue one by one, if time permits me. He alleged in his letter, or it's not even an allegation, he concluded in his letter that this government is autocratic. This government can be likened to the Abacha era. And I don't know any...
Is that what it is?
No, of course not. I don't know any government that is more autocratic than the government of the former president when he was president of this great country between 1999 and 2007. This same president, in the bid of trying to make sure that his party chairman, now the president minister for Agri, Chief Adwogbe, resigned, went to his house with a resignation letter after eating with the man, presented the letter for him to sign. What could be more autocratic than that?
But do you know that some of the issues, what do you say about some of the practical issues that the former president raised?
No, that's why I'm taking them one by one. The practical issues are what? You liken this government to...
Hunger in the land, job losses, and those are realities. Wouldn't you agree?
No, yes. Are we doing something about it? The answer is yes. Are you getting me? The answer is yes. He was there for 8 years as president. He was there as a former head of state for 3 years. 8 plus 3 put together 11. What did he do? Has there not been hunger in Nigeria when he was there? Is this government doing something about hunger? The rice revolution is ongoing. So are we not making progress?
But there were promises made by this government before before the government came into power, and many of those things are yet to come into true fruition.
Because
there was a promise, for instance, that within the first few months or years that there was going to be full power restored to everybody, and we all know what's going on right now.
Yeah, very good. Because like before we came on here, we were just chatting. You see, until you get into the system of the government of Nigeria and how it's run, you will pity whoever is saddled with the responsibility of leadership in this country.
So why make those promises when you weren't sure? No,
that's why I said you take a leap. Are we making progress? Are we taking steps in addressing to ensure that those promises come to fruition? The answer is yes. We are not there yet, I agree. Okay. But are we on our way? Yes, we are.
Okay. Well, I must commend President Olusegun Obasanjo. On the 4th of March, 2015, President Muhammadu Buhari had this to say about Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. And I quote, "Former President Obasanjo is a courageous patriot and statesman who tells truth to power when he is convinced leaders are going wrong," unquote. Now, if President Muhammadu Buhari described Obasanjo in that way, it does not lie in the mouth of any person to come here and do otherwise. A courageous man who will tell the leaders to their face when they are going wrong. What the man has said are nothing but the truth. And therefore, rather than coming back forth, attacking his character, attacking his person, oh, some will say he wanted third term, he didn't get it. If the man wanted third term and he didn't get it, did he not go through the right procedure? He went to the National Assembly. They said no. And he left it. That is assuming that he sought for it. Are we going through the same way? This government promised us three things. Namely, security. 2, corruption fighting. 3, the economy. Obasanjo has just come out to extreme those things that they said they would do. Sir, the president meant well to fight corruption, and I support him in the fight of corruption. My only challenge is that in his hands, I see 2 items, all wrapped up, and I don't know which one he uses at any time.
Which are?
Namely, there is a deodorant in his hand, there is an insecticide in his hand. And the 2 of them you cannot even distinguish. When people who did wrong join his party, according to his national chairman, their sins are forgiven. He uses air freshener on them. And then and makes them okay. Just hold on. Just a moment. He said it in Benin on live.
No, he's not.
Just a moment. No, I didn't interject. Allow me.
We're going to wrap up soon.
Now, when anyone who, and if they do wrong, they should be tried.
But are you saying, in effect, that there, of all of these 3 things, no action is going on at all?
My brother, if you do an examination and you score 15%, you have scored something.
But gentlemen,
does that make you to pass?
Isn't this all geared towards
now,
the 2019 elections?
Let me conclude my thoughts.
Let him just wrap up.
I think I should
in
have
3
some
minutes,
time.
we should be going.
Let me conclude my thought on the former president. He said he read the statements made by...
It can be controversial.
No, that's why I said, but truth be told, I bought that book, My Watch. Only God can watch over a city, not President Obasanjo. And all that I see in that 3 volumes, I've read it in total. Damning statement made by people that this same former president is now making a reversal of. Damning that cannot be controverted because documents don't lie. They were written in books about people. The same set of people that the former president wrote those things about.
Okay,
wait, Kimberly, I will conclude now. Are the same set of people is now saying Eldorado. So we know the antecedent.
Is he manipulating state institutions to achieve
no, we know the antecedent of the former president.
I almost know the answer to this next question, but I'm going to ask you all the same. In spite of all that both political parties are doing,
yes,
do you think it will be enough to upstage the incumbent?
Well, we are not going to stage a coup. Nobody will do that.
I'm talking about win the election.
I'm making a statement. In 2015, all of us embraced the mantra, change, change. And we have assessed the change up to now. All we are asking for, Mr. President, INEC, allow Nigerians to decide. Don't do any manipulation. If the president wins, we will congratulate him.
Of course we'll win.
Just hold on. If he loses, he should behave like President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan and quietly and peaceably let Nigeria be at peace Because I was shocked.
But do you believe that the institutions of state are being manipulated?
No, give back.
Let me conclude my thought. Let me conclude my thought.
Let me
conclude my thought.
A
few seconds. He should peaceably and quietly retire to Daura and let whoever wins, either Abubakar, Atiku, Ezekwesili, or anyone, let the person take over the rulership of this nation. Nigeria must not be plunged into crisis.
Kimberly, well, it's inevitable. We're on our way to victory. And I've told those who care to listen, this election will be won landslide. Mark my word, landslide.
Are you sure?
Those...
Are you speaking about the Nigerian people?
I said...
PDP will go airslide.
No, that's why I said we're on our way to victory.
On land, don't worry.
Those you saw in Kaduna, those you saw in Borno yesterday, and those you are going to see in Lagos next week.
All right,
we're on our way to victory.
We need to go, gentlemen.
And so the former president can keep writing letters.
A legal practitioner, member of PDP.
The former president can keep writing. We are expecting more.
Member of APC. Gentlemen, thank you for coming on.
It's a pleasure for having.
We'll move on to the next segment in just a moment. Don't go away.